Over the last 30 days, I've been learning Python from scratch, and I've made a lot of progress from not knowing anything at all. Throughout the way, I found out that these are the best ways to learn to program from my research and experience. The best way to learn programming by far is YouTube. However, it's not only by watching YouTube videos, but by making your own and explaining your code. Because the
Protégé
Effect helps you learn better when you explain or pretend to explain. That's why I decided to start this channel. You can even just explain your code on any other platform, or even just act like you're explaining to someone, and it will still enhance your understanding. While learning by making YouTube videos, you can watch YouTube tutorials or use any of my other methods in this video to learn what you want to show on YouTube. Now the real learning begins when you make the video, as you'll find it much harder to make people understand what you just learned. But push through, as when you try to make people understand, you will end up understanding more. You'll find there are many other videos explaining how to make the best YouTube videos, but if you only want to learn, then it doesn't matter as much. Just try to make the best videos possible to learn more and build a community to help you learn to program. But if you want to put more effort into YouTube, it could pay out in the long run, because you'll get suggestions in the comments to improve your code and make your videos better, so you can learn from that too. Now we have the strategy to actually understand what we learned, but how do we learn it in the first place? One of my favorite methods to learn is through ChatGPT, but not by simply copying the code, but by asking it to explain it to you and guide you. You can ask ChatGPT to make you a schedule to learn how to code, and for the most part, it's pretty solid, but it just tells you the plan to learn to code. To actually learn to code, you can ask ChatGPT to explain to you a concept, and it gives you a decent result. But I wouldn't use ChatGPT to learn everything, as sometimes it says incorrect information and my other methods are better. But asking ChatGPT to debug your code after you mess something up and explain what you did wrong can actually be very helpful. But I wouldn't rely on ChatGPT to always debug correctly, because sometimes it can't seem to understand what you want to happen, and after prompting it so many times, it just doesn't do anything, even when it said it fixed the code. So you could have just debugged it faster yourself and learn more along the way. Now, in my opinion, the best way to learn a program is through courses, books, and official documentation of the programming language you want to learn. My favorite course is Free Code Camp because it is free and offers many courses and tutorials to suit your level. You can get boot camps, but in my opinion, if they are paid, they aren't really worth it, because there are so many ways to learn to program for free. There are many other courses, but I found that for learning Python for free, Free Code Camp is the best. And in combination with YouTube and communities, will let you learn to program in no time for free. Now, books and official documentation of your programming language can be very boring, but they often explain in full detail and cover a lot of things about your programming language. So if you need help understanding a specific concept, I often find it helpful to look it up on the official documentation. Now, I often find I can't be by my computer, especially when traveling, and you probably have the same problem. This is where mobile apps come in handy. I researched a lot of mobile apps and found SoloLearn to be the best for me, as it is free and has fun challenges, and you can battle people too. There are other apps like Mimo, Codecademy Go, and many more, so it's worth researching to find the best one for your programming language and skills. Now you've learned what you need, but projects are where you truly understand what you just learned, and combining projects with teaching is by far the best way to learn. Just try to make projects that have a use and are enjoyable. That's why I decided to make my variable autoclicker, because autoclickers are fun and useful, and I could have found one that varies the speed. Also, try to make a project that is challenging so you actually learn something along the way. Communities are a great way to learn when you get stuck on something like a project, or you can answer other people's questions and learn by helping them. One main community is Stack Overflow. I would recommend checking out communities if you need help, but sometimes you don't know what to make for a project, don't have enough time, or simply want to have some fun. This is where coding challenge websites come in handy. To do coding challenges and learn along the way, I use HackerRank, but you can also use LeetCode or Code Wars. Choose whichever one you like most. When you combine all these methods, you should learn to program faster. Just make sure you don't get caught up in tutorial hell, which is when you keep on doing tutorials but don't learn anything. Just choose one tutorial to learn the basics and learn from there by making projects and sharing with communities. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to continue following our programming journey.